Oh, something a little bit different. Maybe this should be somebody to the right hand side of me. To the left? No, it's okay. And I know we're a little bit late, but don't you fret. It's Friday. You ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. That's right, because you're riding with me. See, I'm that boy Hollywood J Blaq. And it's right around that time we get into that damn NFL show. We got week 12 on deck in the books. Week 13 is upon us. One game that already down the drain. I already called predictions. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But you're gonna ride with your boy Hollywood J Blaq on this one. Yo, let's go. Yes, sir. It feels good. I had a lot of reservations about wanting to do this by myself. I got a lot to get off my chest. We're going to vibe out. We're going to ride with your boy Hollywood. We got a lot to talk about. Before we even get to the NFL, we got a lot to talk about. So hopefully y'all understand the game. I hope everything's cool. Let me see. We got a comment or we got comments already. God damn. Mickey Bourbon. Oh, nah, I wish I could freestyle, bro. I mean, dude, you see, if I had taken the bullet to the back of the head, I'd have freestyle for days. Now I just got to write my shit down. So, unfortunately, I got my life, but they took my freestyle game away, bro. It's all right. My man, Mickey Bourbon in the building. Hope you good, bro. Hope you good. Yo, but anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J Blaq, live in the building once again. Back with that damn NFL show. Please check out my man's Mickey Bourbon. If you ever get a spot, bro, you know what I'm saying? If you ever get a chance, look up Mickey Bourbon on YouTube. Dude is bars all days. Thank you, bro. I'm happy to be here, bro. I'm happy to be here. Man, listen. So we got a lot of NFL to talk about because we're about a couple days behind, but that's okay. That's okay. You notice that one of my main men is on my own. That's normally to my right hand side of me. Isn't here right now. He's working some split shifts. Yeah, bro. Actually, I'm betting on the Chiefs to win this one this week. So that's one game I'm actually looking forward to. Really looking forward to. Because if they win, it's gonna throw the whole AFC East and haywire because they were looking on the outside looking in, and now they're back into the mix and ready to disrupt some shit. And I can't wait for it. Disruptive shit always makes a good story. So the man Big Sim, he's moving on from one job to another job. And I felt like when he moved from the one job to the other job, the one job was like, oh, no, we're going to put you through some shit over the next couple weeks, and we're gonna run you through it. So probably for the next couple weeks, you're going to be riding with me on the NFL show. Also, I'm more than likely we're going to be bringing back the actual Ovatyme Sports Show because I miss doing the sports shows in the morning. We used to talk a bunch of stuff. We used to talk all kinds of stories. Yeah, you're right. Mahomes can't lose, bro. Hey, listen. Even with the lack of receivers, he was down. Your boy Mahomes had no receivers. None. 2 weeks ago? None. 0 receivers. 0. Tony was out. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's got to get that bread. You know what I'm saying? But I just hate it when his job. You ever been to an old job, you put in your 2 weeks, and you're like, all right, you put in your 2 weeks, all right, I'm going to bend you over for these next 2 weeks, bro. That's exactly what's happening at the old job. New job is like, you know what I'm saying, giving them the journey love. I come to you with open arms. The old job is like, nah, bend it over, bro. Bend it over like Beckham. You know what I'm saying? Shit. It got me mad, but it is what it is, bro. He's got to, he takes care of his family, but man, I just hate when people and companies do that to you, knowing that you're about to be out, it's dirty pool. You know what I'm saying? It's dirty pool. So next 2 weeks, probably 3, You're gonna be riding with me a little bit. Reactions. I'm hoping he's off on weekends, so more than likely we'll be able to film all the reactions that we need to. If not, then you're gonna be riding with your boy Hollywood J Blaq. We got a ton of grind mode. I haven't got like a list of like 20 reactions that we got to do, and I know we're only gonna be able to do like 10. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep that moving. No worries. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of it this week. You know, we have a lot to talk about from week 12. This last week was madness in a bottle, dipped in horseshit. Yeah, Miss Steph, just me tonight. Big Sin, they got that man doing split shifts. They said, you know what? We like your regular shift, but since you leaving, we're just gonna split that shit in half, son. Yeah, he made it more dangerous. Sky Moore got 6 heads. Yep, exactly. He said, "Sorry, my comments like, nah, you good, bro." Yeah, listen. Once I get a groove on, let me know what your schedule is, Mickey, man. And you know what I'm saying. Just hit me up on the DM or something. I could actually, if I gotta ride by myself on this one, I'm gonna tap you in, bro. Like, listen, you got a camera phone, whatever. I know you got an iPhone or Android, something. You got something. I'll put you in next time. We can talk the shit about the sports all day long if we really want to for the next couple weeks while Big Sam is handling his business. You know, would love to. That would be awesome. That would love to. And yeah, it's stuff. And it sucks because, and like I said, it's not me. It's not even Sin. It's Sin's job. You know, I'm trying to say fuck that dude over because they know he's leaving. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't even be mad. But that's life, right? It is what it is. So look at it like this. We still have a shitload to talk about. Real quick, I'll just breeze over week 12 stuff. Yes, work is work, but work shouldn't be trying to do you dirty when you're trying to leave. Like, I mean, especially when you know that old boy's the most tenured person there. You shouldn't be trying to do it. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll talk about it. Like I said, I have access to the DMs. We'll chop it up, man. We'll get this shit popping. For sure. So, last week, only thing I don't have is the records from last week. Big Sin's keeping those things under wraps. He writes the shit down. I forgot to write it down. I know I bet on the Bills to win last week, but the Bills beat the Lions. Me and Big Sin bet on the Giants, and the Cowboys won. For sure, man. I can't wait, brother. For real. That shit's gonna be off the fucking chain. I picked the Patriots to win. They should have won last week. The Vikings tapped in. They said, Kirk Cousins said, "I got your primetime game, son." Know what I mean? Dolphins beat the Texans, as expected. The Bengals beat the Titans, sort of expected. Panthers beating the Broncos, very much unexpected. And that's why I said that this whole thing is getting thrown for a loop. The Bengals beating the Titans throws the whole thing for a loop, especially now that Kansas City is really, really back into the mix. And then we'll go over the records, and because we need to get a really breakdown. We got 5 weeks to go. Yeah, they are, dude. They are. And you know what's crazy is that up until that Patriots game, you could kind of predict that Kirk Cousins was gonna play like trash at nighttime. Like, that was it. Like, if the sun's down, if there's no sun out, like, Kirk Cousins was absolute trash. And then he finally broke the curse against the Patriots. And I'm like, oh boy, that's a new one. Definitely ruins some slates and some fucking bets in Vegas. I'll tell you that much. Panthers winning, I didn't expect that one, not in a million years. Jets stomping out the Bears, I think we kind of predicted that one. I think if you saw the show last week, we was like, yeah, this is going to be bad. The Commanders beating the Falcons, we predicted the Commanders. Commanders throwing their name in the hat in the NFC East, bro. This is going to get crazy. The Browns, last game with Jacoby Brissett at the helm of QB, they win. They beat the Buccaneers. That was a surprising one. He said his cataracts acted up. The cataract, bro. Oh no. The Jaguars beating the Ravens in the last minute, man. Listen, I can't even call that shit. I don't even know what the fuck happened. Raiders beating the Seahawks. I thought it was going to be Geno time. I was wrong. The Raiders seem to find a way soon as you think you know what the Raiders are and who they are and where the season's going, they find a way to muck it up and destroy every single thought that you had about the Raiders. Although I still think that they're not going to do nothing. I just now they're unpredictable, and I hate this unpredictability with the Raiders. I liked it when they were just trash and Josh McDaniels was on the verge of getting fired in his first season, and yet now we're like, oh, now he's beat the Seahawks. Oh boy, now everything's going. But it's good for me that he beat the Seahawks because I'm a Niners fan. The Chargers sliding past the Cardinals, and Kyler Murray, yeah, he's in the mid generation. Exactly. Like he's so mid that you never know what's gonna happen. And like he played exactly how you expected David Carr to play. Wasn't impressive, but Josh Jacobs just went off the chain. I don't know where he came from. He was on the verge of getting benched and possibly traded at the beginning of the year to now just being an absolute monster. Derek Carr is just is who he is. Like he's literally the definition of 16 to 24 for 240 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. That's a Derek Carr stat line all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what happens is that sometimes that interception what might have ended up being a pick six, and that's what fucking happens. You know, right? That's the Derek Carr stat line. 66%, and he plays just like that. 66%, just like everybody else. 2 touchdowns and a pick, or he might go 1 touchdown and 2 picks if he's playing against a team with a good defense. He's the Miami Dolphins of QB, mid, very average. Well, before Tua got there, very mid, very average. Heineke got home. Yeah, well, see, that's the thing. So now that Heineke is officially the starter for the rest of the season, I think, and at least maybe beyond, we might be looking at, you know what I'm saying? Might be looking at my Washington revival. That's going to be crazy. He said Jake realized he can be provoking too. He might end up, and that might be the only way that the Raiders end up with a positive record is by just Josh Jacobs turning into fucking Derrick Henry. I know he's not as good, but he's going to have to channel that deep within his soul, you know, deep within the bowels of his being, you know. So, but yeah, Heineke, I love Taylor Heineke. I Big Sid actually, he'll tell you all day long, like Heineke's like one of his favorite quarterbacks that isn't named Tom Brady. So I'm hoping that he takes the Commanders somewhere. And so with that win, it was actually really good. The Niners beating the Saints, shutting out the Saints defensive matchup. He said he's going to lose fear and hunger. Nah, hey, listen, Carson Wentz is somewhat healthy. And I think you and I both know that we don't want to see Carson Wentz play another down for the Commanders at all. Not because he's bad, just because he's Carson Wentz. You know, that's just how I feel. And so every time I think of Carson Wentz, I think of a guy that is like, you know, he plays just enough to justify you starting him, right? And then he shows you exactly why he's not as good. Like he's not a he's worse than mid. Like he's like, you know, there's mid, there's Derek Carr mid, and then there's Carson Wentz. Like Carson Wentz will put up stats for like 4 games, and then the other 12 games of the season, he'll be like, oh, well, you know, see what happened was. Then that's there you go. If you want to call Wentz, he's missed to see what happened was. That's it. He'll fuck around some way. He'll break 75 bones in his body. Dude is made of glass, but still wants to play football. And yet somehow and still, like I said, he'll put up just enough. There, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not, you know, out of the realm. It's not out of that realm where, you know, it's just Wentz just is who he is. And that's where the problem lies, is that, like in Philly, he did just enough not to lose football games. Sometimes. And the same thing when he went to the Colts. He did just enough not to lose football games until he ran into the Jacksonville curse. And all bets were off at that point. What else? Oh, yeah, got 2 more. I said 3 more games on this one. What was it? We have, the Chiefs stomping out the Rams as expected. Rams had absolutely nobody. They had their defense, and that wasn't even enough because what the hell happened to this vaunted these Rams corners, bro? Yeah, like I said, the defense did enough to give Philly wins. See, this literally, the Rams-Chiefs game literally should have been enough to where if the Rams were at full strength offensive wise, it wouldn't have necessarily been a shootout, but there would have been a lot more of the of balance. But because the offense was ass, Patrick Mahomes finding any receiver that he can, Andy Reid finding grocery baggers and valet parking attendants to play receiver at this point between Hardman and Tony and all of them just hurt. You know what I'm saying? And Patrick Mahomes out there doing Patrick Mahomes things. If I were to tell the average person, the stat line was Patrick Mahomes 27-42, 320, one touchdown, and yes, one pick, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? That happens against this Ram defense. Shit happens. Okay? But if I were to tell you that outside of Travis Kelce and getting the ball 4 times to Scantling and 3 times to Juju, some guy named Sky Moore and Jody Fortson and Justin Watson, all these dudes, all these cats, like I said, valet parking attendants, grocery baggers, you know what I'm saying? He said the Rams offense did enough to get not the BLT. Oh, yeah, they got the pick. That was it. They got a pick. That's all they got. But that's it. Because listen, so the touchdown and then the 2 field goals, it was 13-3. And then touchdown, Pacheco, drive down the field, Pacheco, 23. And then, I don't know, I guess, in garbage time, Bryce Perkins got his thing. It is what it is. It is what it is. And then finally, last but not least, we had the Packers-Eagles. That was the only really exciting game of the weekend on national television. That's if you didn't see the Jaguars-Ravens. And because that was exciting. Patriots-Vikings. And then Cowboys-Giants. If you didn't see those games, it is what it is. But then the Steelers beating the Colts. As bad as the Steelers have played and as good as the Colts defense is, and I would have thought that this team would have rallied around. And the Colts almost came – well, they came back and won it. No, they were going to come back and win it. And then, yeah. And yeah, last minute touchdown. No, 9:55 touchdown, they couldn't do nothing. I thought that this was going to be the Colts. But it's okay. It is what he said. No, for sure, man. Nah, you good. I love it when you chime in, though. Don't be afraid to chime in. I just wanted to talk about I just like to talk about this stuff, man. Hey, yo, what? Aaron Rodgers died last week. That's one thing I got to talk about. That's the one big story. My man died. He wasn't looking too good when he was in there to begin with. So 11. Remember we just got done talking about. I love it though, bro. I love it, dude. We were just talking about Derek Carr and mid stats. Here's your mid stats for Aaron Rodgers: 11-16, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Yes, he needs a full bit of. Somebody needs to roll up to Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? With a little sack. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of a growth formula. You know what I'm saying? That what's this shit called? The deer antler. You know what I'm saying? Just rub it on the face. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get his mojo back, bro. Some dude named Christian Watson, the rookie, 4 catches, 110 yards, touchdown. Aaron Jones, the running back, with a touchdown receiving. Randall Cobb, dude, out of the infirmary and half post-retirement onto the field and gets a touchdown. But then, like I said, he dies. He died. Jordan Love came in, scored a touchdown. They were thinking about coming back, but this Eagles defense shut them down at the last minute. It was a wrap. It is what it is. And I just realized after looking at this defense, bro, like this is a sick-ass defense. And I have totally forgot that they had Darius Slay as a corner. I had really totally forgot about that. But they're doing just enough not to lose. That's what it's coming down to. That's what the Eagles need. But the Packers, dunzo. He needs the heating blanket, bro. It needs to get really cold in Green Bay. Like really, Like, remember when Favre was there? What was that playoff game against the Giants where it was just, the field was white and it was just everybody in heating blankets just wrapped around? That's they need that. All those receivers need that, because listen, these guys are horrible, man. This is horrible. So now, on to week 13, I threw the prediction to Big Sin yesterday. I said the Bills got this. He's like, no, my Patriots are going to win this game. And I'm like, no, they're not, sir. They're not. The Bills are going to win. And so I hear Varv name. Oh, man. Fuck, man. Yeah, I miss Matt. Dude, you know what? My problem is that now there's nobody to take the mantle. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as the commentator, there was the one dude that he was doing good. That was on Fox. That was just really, really good. And all of a sudden, he went to do college because the college was like, "Nah, we got to pay this man like a bunch of a shitload of money, bro." I think he's still the commentator on the game, as a matter of fact, now. But he's like not a commentator in the NFL anymore. He commentates college. So I'm just like, damn, he was real good. I forget his name, but I know he's still the commentator now on the game, on Madden now. So, but yeah, Bills stomped out the Patriots. It was ugly. It was bad. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes fighting over that MVP trophy, bro. It's all bad. The Patriots. I mean, the Bills are doing their thing. The Patriots are 6-6. They are on. They got to win at least 4 to get in because. Oh yeah, that's what I got to talk about. Hold on, before I talk about anything else, before we get into that, we got to get into these standings. Listen, we got to get into these standings. Pats can't hold the Bills. No, they can't. I told him. I said not this time. I wasn't going to happen. Yeah, I said it's not. It wasn't going to happen. And it's he's not. Yeah, but you know what it is though. I think we're looking at 2 different quarterbacks, right? If you were to put Stephon Diggs on the Chiefs, we might be talking about Stephon Diggs as the MVP because he'd be catching every single Patrick Mahomes ball there ever was in life. That's how good Josh Allen has it over there in Buffalo. Notwithstanding though, and that's what you got to look at. Like, who's benefiting the most? Like, if you take away, I think when the game that Stephon Diggs didn't play, Josh Allen didn't do well. And I think that's where, when it comes to the MVP voting, that's what it comes down to. Because in a game 2 weeks ago where Patrick Mahomes didn't have any receivers, he got the job done. And that's how that's how they base it. You know what I'm saying? If you're the MVP, you have to be literally the most valuable player. And you got to prove it. And so far, with everything that the Chiefs have gone through this year, injuries aside and all the bullshit, Patrick Mahomes is proving himself that he wants the MVP spot. I had said, had the Ravens not blown a lot of these games, bro, they've blown 5 games this year. 5. The Ravens should only have like 2 or 3 losses. They blew 5 games this year. I don't get it. And Lamar Jackson plays just enough for 3 quarters that if you want to just take the 3-quarter stats, he'd be the MVP. Like, he'd run away with the MVP. But that's not the case now. Now, it's like I said, it's about what you've done. It's about what you put on. He said they got Allen handcuffed. He's running free legs. Well, yeah, because especially now since that wrist injury now, they really just trying to keep his ass in the pocket. They're really not trying to run him because that they know that if something happens, then the Bills are SOL. The thought of having to do Josh Allen's backup is probably creeping in the back of their head, and it's like no. Because unless they got Ryan Fitzpatrick back there, yeah, his fantasy numbers are perfect. Yeah, no doubt. But it's all about wins, right? It's all about when in the Ravens. Oddly enough, they're 7-4. Actually, matter of fact, they should be undefeated. The 4 games that they lost, they all blew. They blew leads, huge leads. The Dolphins game, I'm pretty sure it was the 4 games. I'm gonna rewind it back. The Jaguars game for sure. That they blew a lead on that one. Dolphins, yeah, we had the Dolphins game. Oh, my nose. The Dolphins game, the Jaguars game, the Bills game they was winning, and then what was it? What was the game that they lost again? What was the game? There's the fourth one. They have 4 losses. The Giants game, all 4. They should be undefeated. But you see what I'm saying though? Like that is being held against him. See, the one benefit that Patrick Mahomes has is that this Chiefs defense over the last 2 or 3 years has not, ever since the Super Bowl when they played the Niners, has not been known as a really good defense. Like it's been a really bad defense. So they know that they have to lean on Patrick Mahomes to win. And as Booger McFarland once said, the reason why they have to win is that they're scoring more points than the other team. But that's exactly what Patrick Mahomes has to do, is score more points than the other team. And he does. He puts them in a position to win every time. I don't think there's very rarely been an occasion where Patrick Mahomes has lost them a game. And I think that was like early in his career. When you have Patrick Mahomes and he does what he does, But the Ravens should be undefeated. And the fact that they're not is weird. And with a few more games to go, it's definitely not a good look. Because now it's crunch time. They're sharing a record. And I said this, if the Bengals win and the Ravens come in, well, yeah, exactly. Because and before that, the only time, and actually not, you can't even really say that about nobody else except the Chiefs, because oddly enough, it's a combination of Andy Reid's quarterback-friendly offense and what I've always been saying for the last 3-4 years now is that Patrick Mahomes is the single greatest arm talent in the NFL, and that hasn't existed in a long time. And literally arm talent, he can get the ball anywhere that he wants to, and it'll get there. And that's the thing. When you have a quarterback-friendly offense and a guy that can get the ball anywhere, that's the thing. It said for San Diego, we left them a minute. Yeah, exactly. And you can't give Patrick Mahomes a minute. You can't even get it. You can barely give this man like 30 seconds. Like that's how good the Andy Reid offense. If you give him 30 seconds and a timeout, forget the 60-second, the 2-minute drill. They have a 30-second drill. You remember the Super Bowl, right? Like I remember vividly because it broke my heart as a 49er fan. But they scored a shitload of points in a very, very small amount of time. 5 minutes left, and they scored 3 touchdowns? And it only took them 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 3 football minutes. 13 seconds left. Exactly. And I think that's what it is. So now when we come to so that's why I said that now the Chiefs winning throws back in the mix, throws this whole shit on his head, because now the Chiefs positioned at 9-2. They were 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, we were looking at the Chargers leading the division. The Chiefs were tied with the Chargers, and we were like, okay, the Chargers might just pull this one out. The problem is that every time I like to bet on the Chargers to do something, they never do it. And sure enough, and the Chargers, they're just defensively, they're broken. The Chiefs are 9-2. The Bills are 9-3. The Dolphins are 8-3. The Ravens and the Bengals are 7-4. And the Titans are 7-4. So the Chargers are Chargers. And I played it last week. They are who we thought they were, as Dennis Green said. So now you got the Chargers looking on the outside looking in. There's 3 wild card spots. I fully expect the Chiefs to run away with the division with 6 games left. Given the schedule, and I said that they were going to. The Bills, that's going to be a tough one because I think they still have a couple division games left. The Jets, who were leading the division, 65%, even when the Chiefs are trash. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. 65%. That is fair. Dude, the Chargers, They're on the outside looking in. Look, the Patriots are still 6-6. Jets are 7-4. Dolphins are 8-3. Bills are 9-3. Chiefs are 9-2. But the Ravens and the Bengals, there is a scenario where if the Chiefs can get their, I mean, not the Chiefs, if the Patriots can get their head out their ass for the rest of the year, and the Chargers end up being the Chargers, and the Bengals somehow don't recover after that 3-game slide that they had at the beginning of the year, like they're 7-4 and they won 3 in a row, but the rest of the season, they remember they were second in the Super Bowl. They got a rough season ahead of them. The next 5 games are tough. You got to look at it like it could literally be the AFC East, the whole AFC East, and then Chiefs, Ravens, Titans in the playoffs. That's it. All right, bro. For sure, man. It's love, bro. It's all love, bro. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, DM me. I definitely would love to have you on here. We gotta tap in, bro. Tap in for sure. Oh man, yeah. So that's literally what we are looking at in the AFC. In the NFC, we actually have a similar situation where the whole entire NFC East, thanks to the Commanders, you know what I'm saying? Thanks to dude, I love having you on here, bro. It's gonna be hella fun once I get you on the camera, bro. Next man for sure, man. I love it, fucking love it. Thank you, bro. Once the Commanders the Commanders came back in this bitch, and now this is what we're looking at. The whole entire NFC East is playoff. If the playoffs started like right now, the whole NFC East would be in the playoffs. 49ers, Vikings, and with a losing record, the Buccaneers would be in the playoffs. 5-6. Because the Falcons are 5-7. This is wild. This is what we've come to, ladies and gentlemen. 5-6 is playoff bound. And the fact that the Panthers and the Saints are 4-8 and the Falcons are 5-7. Like, listen, it could come to a point where, where the Falcons can they can get in the playoffs. This is insane. I never thought about that. This is all bad in the NFC. I would love to see the NFC East go, and then with no Seahawks, no Cardinals, no Rams. I'm sad because maybe I hope the Lions go 8-8. I really hope. You know what? I hope the Lions go 9-8. I really do. If you're a football fan and you love football, pray that the Detroit Lions go 9-8. Not make the playoffs, but go 9-8 because Detroit needs a dub. You know what I'm saying? Fucking love Detroit, the city. I love the city of Detroit. Fucking they need love. So let them chime in. Let them chime in. Let them tap in. Go 9-8, not make the playoffs. Give them some confidence. And then next year, when Aaron Rodgers isn't around, stinking up the joint, who knows, right? So now, let's get into week 12. Week 13. I'm so sorry. Let's get into week 13. Steph, I know you there. I know you watching. What's good? So, as I said, I successfully predicted the Bills beating the Patriots. Probably why Sim was mad at me last night. Doesn't want to talk to me right now. He's a poo-poo head. It's okay. We love him nonetheless. We have the Packers and the Bears in Chicago. I don't know if what you call him is going to play. It's not what is it? It's not a definite whether he's going to play or not. And honestly, the Packers are 4-8. They're not making the playoffs. If you really he's clear. Oh no, he is playing. He's definitely playing. But I would not have him play against. I'll tell you, if the Packers lose one more, I would sit down. I would sit down Aaron Rodgers for the rest of the season. You paying this man a boatload of money. What's the point of having this dude hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to make the playoffs at 4-8 and they lose another game. They're not. They're not. You know it. I know it. America knows it. It's not going to happen. But Aaron Rodgers in the game. The rookie is balling. I don't trust Justin Fields. At the end of the day, you got to choose what's the best quarterback in the game. I'm taking the Packers on this one. So we have Steelers and Falcons. Steelers have been in exactly who we thought they were going to be. And why? And here's the reality. And a lot of people don't like to talk about this one, but I'm going to say it. Not having Dwayne Haskins on his team, rest in peace, Dwayne Haskins. He was supposed to be the heir apparent to Ben Roethlisberger. He's going to get a shot, finally get a decent shot at leading this team. I really honestly think Mike Tomlin, that really threw off Mike Tomlin. That really kind of just disrupted everything, to me anyway. Falcons are good enough to win games, but they're also bad enough to lose games badly. But they're at home. I'm gonna take the Falcons. If the battle of mediocrity, I'm gonna take the Falcons. And plus, I need the Falcons to win. I need the Steelers to lose the next two games so we can solidify Mike Tomlin's first losing season. If I can get that, I'll be all right. People might call me a Mike Tomlin hater. I'm not a Mike Tomlin hater. I love Mike Tomlin, but sometimes you have to realize where your luck comes from. And your luck that came from Ben Roethlisberger, not because you're actually a decent coach. With that being said, on to the next game when we talk about luck. So we got Mike Flight White starting another game against his vaunted Minnesota Vikings game. That it's looking like we're gonna have Sauce Gardner versus Justin Jefferson. Mike White gonna slang that ball. It's shit's about to get buck wild. So if you're gonna ask me who I'm picking in this one, I gotta find out what these Jets are made of, if it's real or not. I gotta find out if it's really real. I'm picking the New York Jets in this one. I know I shouldn't. It's on the road. I know. But it's the Vikings. We talking about Kirk Cousins being mid. It's all the up and down chat. Me and Mickey Bourbon in the building. Listen, I'm taking the Jets on that one. Jaguars, Lions. Two teams that have been the butt of jokes for the last 8, 9, 10 years. Even when one of those teams were successful. Lions at home, Jags on the road. The Lions are the Jags were world beaters, but I also think this might be a trap game for them because they really shouldn't have won that game to begin with. So I'm taking the Lions in this one at home. Lions at home for the dub. Count me in. Now, Titans, Eagles. The problem with this one is that Tennessee's 7-4. Eagles are 10-1. The Titans are beat the F up, dude. And they got to travel to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. I don't really think this is really going to be much of a challenge. Titans drop to 7-5. Eagles get the dub and keep it moving. Now, Browns versus Texans. Now, this one should be really interesting.
I couldn't find that in your Apple Music library.
Well,
you can ask me to.
Maybe you should have found it in my Apple Music library, okay? All right. Browns versus Texans. Deshaun Watson's first game's back. See, I don't want to hear nothing about people saying that the NFL isn't scripted. Listen, the NFL is scripted as fuck. Because ain't no way in hell that Deshaun Watson gets suspended for exactly 12 games. And he has to play his former team in his first game back. Ain't no fucking way. Somebody get me the story. I want the script to the season. Let me know who's winning the Super Bowl so I can put my bets properly, okay? That's all I need to know. You know, because I'm in scores. Straight money bets. Straight bets. I'm picking the Browns to win. I'm picking Deshaun Watson to go for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe an interception at the beginning to get the jitters out. Also 6 hand jobs. 6 hand jobs, baby. 6 hand jobs. That's right. It's in Houston. It's home. It's got to get them hand jobs in. All right. I'm going to say the Commodores. Lionel Richie, the Commodores. The Commanders in Taylor Heineke's first official game as the official starter for the Commanders going against the Giants, which need to find their mojo. The Giants go as the Jets go. So I am picking the Giants to win this game since I picked the Jets. This is going to be fun, interesting. Hopefully, I don't get yelled at. But if I do, oh well. It's just life. I'm picking the Giants and against the Commanders. Although I would love the Commanders to get the dub, the Giants need it more than they do right now. We got the Broncos and the Ravens on deck. Broncos and Ravens. Broncos and Ravens. Not Ravens, dude. They're at home. Ravens are at home. I just don't know how they're going to win this game. That's the question because this Broncos defense is one of the most legit defenses in the NFL. The problem is that Russell Wilson is ass. But on the flip side, the Ravens secondary has also been ass. So who's more ass is the question. I think that the Broncos are more ass, and we're going to win. Yeah, and you know what? I hope the Giants. I think the Giants need this win. They have no choice but to win this game because if they lose, given where I talked about the records, they're going to be definitely on the outside looking in, given all the 7-win teams that are still in the NFC mix. So yeah, I really hope the Giants get that dub. Dolphins and 49ers. I'm a 49er fan. I'm going to pick my 49ers. Yeah, but I'm going to honestly say, this is going to be our toughest test of the year. If we can beat the Dolphins have been really, really good this year. Really good. Even with the Tua controversy. Your only hope is that Tua doesn't go off and mollywop you on the field. And so I think that the Niners defense can control a little bit more, Tua more than most. But it's going to be real interesting to find out what the heck happens. So I'm taking the 49ers in this one. The Rams, on the Dolphins, you got a bunch of 49ers running backs coming to play. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Seahawks, Rams. Oh, man. Well, Matt Stafford still ain't back yet, unfortunately. The Seahawks sent 11 players home sick, but they're all plan on playing. John Wolford is starting. Matt Stafford is not playing. He's cleared the protocol, but he's still not playing. They're gonna give his neck a rest. I think the Seahawks are gonna run away with this one on the road. Chargers and Raiders. The battle of meh. That's where we're at. The battle of meh. I am honestly in this situation. I'm speechless. I guess I'm looking at it. On paper, you got to take the Chargers. But the reality is that the Chargers have not lived up to the expectations this year. I'm taking the Raiders. Wild card. Raiders. So now we got Chiefs versus Bengals in what is sure to be the game of the week. Without a shadow of a doubt. Both teams are actually... The Chiefs are fighting for the division. And the Bengals are fighting for their playoff lives. The Bengals and the Chiefs match up very well. This is going to be one of the tough ones. I have to say the Chiefs. I really have to. I don't want to. Much I love Patrick Mahomes. I got to say the Chiefs in this one. The Bengals come into this one pretty beat up. They're not even at full strength. And they're playing a Chiefs team that you got to be able to score points fast in case shit goes bad. So I'm taking the Chiefs in this one. The Sunday night game, the Colts versus the Cowboys. I'm looking at this game, and this is either the Colts are going to get stomped out, or this is a huge trap game for the Cowboys, especially at home. I'm gonna err on the side of caution, and I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win against the Colts. But I fully expect the Colts to put up one hell of a fight. It just might get scary towards the end. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. The Saints versus the Buccaneers. Both teams desperately need to win. The Saints just got shut out. That should be a recipe of exactly how to handle the Saints. So I fully expect Tom Brady to win this one and hopefully get back into the 50-50 club. They definitely need to do that. So I'm taking the Buccaneers on this one. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it. So at the beginning of the show, I said that we were going to talk about content update. What's the plan going forward? And for those that you got here late, Steve, you got here late. Big Sim was going from one job to the other. And so his old job is more or less, screwing him over in the process by giving him shit hours. So probably over the next 2 weeks, while his 2-week notice is in, they're probably going to continue to do that. So to err on the side of caution, your boy Hollywood J Blaq is going to be taking over the sports show side of things. I'm hoping, and here's where the weird part about it is, he's on call tomorrow. I'm going to be here at a 10 a.m. Eastern time, ready to record. Hopefully, Big Sim. They haven't called him in to do some dirty work. And hopefully, he'll be here to record with me. If not, it's okay. There is content still coming. I promise you that. You don't even have to worry about that. I got you. Definitely some baby metal stuff. There's actually a couple baby metal videos I haven't seen yet still. In anticipation, in lieu of the new video dropping in December. Hopefully an early Christmas present from the wonderful people that Amuse and the wonderful ladies and bands of baby metal. So we got that going for us. Also, a lot of rock, a lot of hip hop just dropped last week, and I got to sort through it all to figure out what we're going to come out with. So we have that. But you're going to probably, again, the point is that you may end up seeing a lot more me as opposed to Sid. So we'll see how that goes. I can't call the future. I can only tell you that I hate when jobs try to screw people over and try to, impose their will on you, knowing that you're about to leave. That's, to me, it's dirty pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that with a passion, but I can't control it because he got to get his money. He's got to take care of his family. So, but I'm going to hold it down for him. And hopefully once he gets back in the saddle, we're going to be back in the saddle, just doing the things that we like to do. So that is the big update. Aside from that, I am programming my PlayStation to stream to the channel. So hopefully you might see me stream whatever random dumb stuff on the PlayStation I decide to do. Destiny. I did buy like 5 new video games in Black Friday, so you might see me stream those. Just gonna have to bear with us, but there will be content. We're not going nowhere. I refuse to go radio silent. I love y'all very much. Everybody that rocks with us, I love y'all for real. But yes, and as far as it goes, that is it for the night. It's early. It's 7:24 Eastern time, so y'all still have time to go out and get some dinner. It's Friday night. Get dressed up, dolled up, draped up, and dripped out. Know what I'm talking about? Dressed to the nines. Whatever your statement you want to use, you have time to do it. But I thank you for rocking with me. Much love to my boy Mickey Bourbon. Much love to Steve. Much love to Stephanie. I thank y'all for riding with me. And I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. I'm going to catch y'all guys on Sunday with some reactions. So make sure you're there. So until next time, I'm your boy. Wait. One more thing. I forgot. There's one more thing. I got to put in Big Sin's video because he did a video with predictions. So I'm going to play that real quick. I can't forget about it. Hold on.
Show because I have some stuff going on that I cannot join Hollywood tonight. So I am going to give you guys the shitty recording with probably shitty audio and my picks for week 13. So
it's not shitty because you did with the phone. It's all right.
To be a homer. We got the Bills at the Patriots tomorrow night. I am going with the Patriots because I'm a homer.
Wrong.
Next up, we got the Packers and the Bears. Yes, I know Aaron Rodgers has owned the Bears over his career, and Justin Fields ain't playing. But I think this one is the Bears game this week. Yeah. Next up, we have a game of two not so great teams this year. We got Mike Tomlin and the Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons have been outperforming their coverage that we called early, so I'm going to go with them. Next up, this was going to be fun.
Okay, bet.
The The team who got lucky against the New England Patriots on Thanksgiving take on a team I hate. The New York Jets and Mike White taking on the Minnesota Vikings. It's a day game. I am going with the Vikings. Next up, we have a weird one. We got the Jaguars at the Lions. The Jaguars just beat the Ravens. The Ravens have issues too. The Lions have issues. I am going to go with the Jaguars here, even though since I picked them, they will probably lose. The Titans at the Eagles. Be the Derrick Henry show or the Jalen Hurts show. I still trust Derrick Henry, even though I don't have no faith in anything else on that team. I'm going with the Titans. The Browns at the Texans. This is Deshaun Watson's comeback game here. I am going to take the Brownies here to beat those lowly Texans. Next up, we got an NFC East matchup. We got the Washington Communists, Hollywood's favorite team. Don't forget that.
Wow,
Taking
really?
on the overpunching Giants. I am going to go with the Commies. They have been on a hot streak as of late. Did not look great last week, but they won. Next game is Nathaniel Hackett should be fired, even though it's his first year as Broncos head coach, but they are just trash. I am going with the Ravens as the Broncos travel to Baltimore. The Baltimore Ravens have a lot to make up for. And now one of the bigger games of the week. The San Francisco 49ers defense has pitched blanks over the last, 6 quarters, I do believe. They are taking on the high-powered Miami Dolphins. Now, I am going to go with my gut here. I am going to go with the Dolphins here. The last time they were not that good, and they blew San Francisco out of the water. I think this will be a much tighter game. You know, I got to pull for my boys with Hollywood and my boy John, the 49ers fans, but I am going to go with the Dolphins in this one because I need to get some wins here. Next up, we have 2 teams that are not looking good, the Seahawks and the Rams. The Seahawks are slightly better than the Rams, so I'm going to take the Seahawks. Next up, we have the LA Chargers and the Raiders. The Raiders have finally won a game or 2 this season, but I still think the Chargers are the better team, even though they beat the shit. I'm going with the Chargers here.
Boo. That's right.
Next up, the Chiefs and the Bengals. The Bengals are not healthy, and the Chiefs will win this game. If the Bengals were healthy, I would choose the Bengals here, but they are not, so I'm not.
Yep, taking the
Colts,
Chiefs.
The Cowboys play down to their competition, but you really can't play much further down than the Colts. So I'm taking the Cowboys. And on Monday night, we got the Saints at the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers coming off of that embarrassing loss to the Browns in the last seconds. The Saints don't look that great either. I am going with the Buccaneers here in that one. And just so everyone knows, me and Hollywood have both hit 100 wins on the season. I went 9-7 last week. He went 10-6. He beat me by 1 fucking game again. So I am now at 102 and 77-1. He is at an even 100, 79-1. So he is almost catching. He is 2 games behind me now. I got to start picking better. This has been your boy Big Sin. I will see you live next week with Hollywood J Blaq, and I'm out this thing.
There you go. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Big Sin's picks. It seems like he's about to take some more L's. It's okay, though. Still, we love those L's. Hollywood loves those L's. When you take those L's, Hollywood just wins. He just keeps on winning. That's how it goes. So, until next time, I'm your boy Hollywood J Blaq. That guy that was just in this random box that just popped up for like 30 seconds. That man's Big Sin. This is that damn NFL show. Catch you on Reactions on Sunday. We out this thing.